Oh God, that had never occurred to me.
Good God almighty. You know, they put themselves in danger, girls like that.
It was a perverted thing to say.
You'd think you'd learn by that age, right?
Please lay down. What are you doing?
It's okay, Kate, you're safe.
What are you doing? Hey, I said, what are you doing?
Emerald, how are you today?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm really, really good. First of all, I want to thank you for making one of the best films I've seen in a long, long time. If I see another film as good as this in 2021, I will be very, very happy. So first of all, I just wanted to say that. Second of all, while I was watching it, a movie that came to mind was Get Out. You know the scene where Bradley Whitford is saying, I would have voted for Obama a third time if I could have, like not really comprehending the internalized racism.
Yes.
Watching this, I thought you did a fantastic job of creating the kind of fake woke guys, you know, the ones who truly believe they're the nice guys.
Yes.
And then a fear washed over me. I was like, are you ready for these guys now to say Promising Young Woman is their favorite movie as a cat-up line?
Oh God, that had never occurred to me. Look, I think the thing is that I really do hope that if people, you know, watch Promising Young Woman, I think the thing that was so brilliant and genius about Get Out was it not only was just such a thrilling, brilliant masterpiece in its own right, but it just, you know, it just satirized something. It, as you say, it satirized this kind of woke culture, and I think it really, you know, drew a curtain on behaviors that I think honestly lots of people had never just realized. They hadn't thought deeply enough about it before, and that's why it was so brilliantly effective. And so I think, you know, for me with Promising Young Woman, I've always been interested in how, you know, how good people do bad things, how as a culture we participate in cruelty because it's sort of tacitly allowed. That stuff is so interesting to me. And so that's a sort of roundabout way of saying that I think that, you know, if woke guys, inverted commas, have watched the film and it has, you know, at least made them think twice about some of the stuff, then I'll be really glad. You know, I always wanted to make this film the most accessible thing that it could be. You know, it's not medicine, it's not a documentary, it's not a TED talk, it's something that feels very true to me about something very specific. And I think that's why it's you know, it has provoked so many conversations, I think, because so many people hadn't thought that deeply about it before because we were so used to it.
Yeah. On top of Get Out, the other movie that maybe just a bit more on a surface level reminded me of was Kill Bill. Because, you know, Uma Thurman in that character, she's got her list of people she wants to cross off, getting revenge upon, even like down to having them all numerically kind of on her list. And it was great to kind of see that in the film. And as well, Tarantino has a fantastic way of taking actors that you see or understand in a certain light and twisting them completely, which is something you've done brilliantly, I think, again, in this movie. But were there any other particular kind of cinematic touchstones or even just story touchstones that came to mind when you were putting this together?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm obsessed with films, so it's impossible to kind of separate yourself entirely from all the things that you love. But for me, certainly visually, To Die For and Virgin Suicides, actually sort of a lot of Sofia Coppola's ultra feminine worlds that she creates, that was hugely important. And then, you know, slightly further away from a just sort of personal point of view, I like films that are sort of quite allegorical, I suppose. So one of my, you know, my favorites of the last few years have been Killing of a Sacred Deer, and Midsummer, and actually, you know, a movie that we reference a lot, Night of the Hunter, because I really do feel and have always felt that it's a visual medium, movies. It's a very specific thing. You're there for a very specific amount of time. And so your obligations, I think, are different. You don't have to sustain a story over hours and hours and hours of episodes. So you can be somewhat oblique, and you can also, you know, be slightly heightened. And for me, so many of the films that have really impacted me, even things like Twin Peaks, you know, they have an effect. They feel both very, very real, but also, yes, more like Bible stories or fables. That's what this film was always felt like to me anyway, is that it's both specific and a kind of fairy tale or a fable.
Emerald, I could talk to you literally for 2.5 days straight about everything I want to talk to you about doing this film.
Very bored.
But thank you so much for taking the time today to talk to me about it.
Thank you very much.
Cassandra, we were in class together at Forest. You would have been a great doctor. What happened?
I left under unusual circumstances.
You remember what happened, right? Why I dropped out.
I'm not the only one who didn't believe it.
We get accusations like this all the time.
Who needs brains? They never did a girl any good.
I'm so sorry I didn't go with her. You gotta let it go.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Why do you guys have to ruin everything? We were kids.
If I hear that one more time,
I have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I was hoping you'd feel differently by now.
It's every guy's worst nightmare getting accused like that.
Can you guess what every woman's worst nightmare is? I wanted to be a doctor my whole life. Lately, I've been feeling like I might want to get back into it.